noon Midtown Manhattan, July 1st, 2026. 90 stories above the sidewalk, two figures in black are moving where no one is supposed to be. No harnesses, no ropes, just fingertips on a steel spire that sways in the wind 1,400 feet over Fifth Avenue. A news helicopter catches it first, then 1,000 phones on the street below. The figures reach the very top of the Empire State Building's transmission antenna and unfurl a banner. Somewhere inside the building, engineers scramble to kill the power. The antenna is live. If it isn't shut down, whoever is up there could be exposed to enough radio frequency energy to cause real harm for 30 long minutes. Officers wait at the base of the tower, unable to climb until the power drops. Then comes the moment nobody expected. One of the climbers drops to one knee. A proposal, 1,300 feet in the air, with the entire city as a witness. But this isn't a love story yet. It's a crime scene, still unfolding, with two people trapped between a felony and a fairy tale, and an NYPD emergency services unit already climbing the ladder behind them. To understand how a marriage proposal became a criminal case, we have to go back to who these two people were before they ever touched that building. Angela Nikolau and Vanya Beerkus were not ordinary tourists in New York. They were, by 2026, two of the most recognizable names in an underground sport most people had never heard of, rooftopping. Rooftopping is exactly what it sounds like, scaling the tallest, most inaccessible structures on Earth without permits, without safety gear, and posting the results online. Nikolau, a Russian photographer and content creator, reportedly built an early career shooting vertiginous images of herself perched on the edges of skyscrapers across Moscow, Hong Kong, and Dubai. Beerkus, known online as Ivan, was her creative and romantic partner, and together the pair became the public face of the discipline. In 2024, their relationship and their climbs became the subject of a Netflix documentary, Skywalkers, a love story which followed the couple as they scaled a Malaysian megatall skyscraper without ropes. To their followers, they were daredevils in love. To city governments around the world, they were a recurring liability, trespassers who treated restricted infrastructure as a stage. By the summer of 2026, that stage was about to become New York City's most famous building. According to Angela's father, Dmitry Nikolau, a circus performer himself, he reportedly had advanced knowledge of what his daughter and her partner were planning. He later told reporters he wasn't worried about the climb, framing it as something he understood personally, given his own background scaling structures. What the public didn't know yet was the target, the Empire State Building, one of the most heavily monitored landmarks in the country, with security screening designed specifically to stop people from bringing in the kind of equipment daredevils rely on. Somewhere in the planning, the couple decided that trespassing on an active broadcast antenna wasn't just going to be their next viral climb. It was going to be a proposal. At the couple's arraignment, prosecutors said Beerkus told police the climb wasn't purely about the thrill. He wanted, in his words, to do something special to mark their engagement. That detail reframes the entire case. This wasn't reckless improvisation. According to authorities, it was allegedly a planned act, a criminal trespass engineered specifically to stage a romantic milestone on top of a landmark neither of them had permission to touch. The banner they carried up wasn't random either, a message about love overpowering the pursuit of power, a line widely attributed to Jimi Hendrix, chosen, it appears, as much for the cameras as for each other. Getting to the top required breaching multiple layers of a building most New Yorkers only ever see from an observation deck. Law enforcement sources reportedly said the pair entered through a maintenance hatch near the building's 103rd floor. Court documents, according to other reporting, instead point to a broken lock on a security door at the restricted 104th floor, the access point for the antenna itself. The exact entry point is still not fully confirmed publicly, and the two accounts haven't been reconciled in reporting. What is consistent across every account? Somehow, the couple got from a publicly accessible floor to a maintenance-only structure never meant to hold two unauthorized climbers, let alone two climbers without a single piece of safety equipment between them. From there, they climbed the transmission tower itself, the same structure that carries live local broadcast signals over Manhattan. just after noon, Nikolau and Beerkus reached the top of the antenna spire, roughly 1,454 feet above the street. Dressed in black, faces covered by masks. They had no tethers, no harnesses, nothing but their grip on a structure that engineers describe as genuinely hazardous even for trained maintenance crews. They unfurled their banner. News helicopters and stunned pedestrians below captured the moment in real time as the words about love and power caught the wind above Midtown. Inside the building, staff moved to shut the antenna down, the couple's presence putting them at risk of radio frequency exposure the longer the tower stayed active. Then the couple began climbing down to a lower platform. That's where it happened. Beerkus dropped to one knee. Nikolau removed her mask. They embraced and appeared to kiss, a proposal completed on a narrow ledge more than 1,000 feet in the air. Nikolau later posted images from the moment on social media, including a photo appearing to show an engagement ring framed against the skyline far below. It was, by any measure, one of the most audacious engagements ever staged, and, according to the NYPD, also an active crime scene. Once the antenna was confirmed powered down, NYPD's Elite Emergency Services Unit began the climb, ascending roughly 381 meters up the tower structure to reach the couple. Wearing hard hats and safety gear the climbers themselves never had. Bodycam footage later released by police showed officers reaching a landing within the antenna structure and meeting the couple coming down a ladder, the two speaking calmly with police as they were taken into custody. Investigators pieced together how the breach happened, examining locks, hatches, and access points on the building's upper restricted floors as part of the trespassing case. A witness on one of the public observation decks told local reporters she saw the pair pass through mesh gates into an off-limits area, but assumed since they weren't masked at that point that they worked at the building. Police identified the couple by their legal names, Angelina Nikolau and Ivan Kuznetsov, both Russian nationals. They were arraigned on July 2nd in a Manhattan criminal court, facing felony charges that reportedly include reckless endangerment, burglary, and additional counts tied to the trespass. At arraignment, a prosecutor reportedly acknowledged the audacity of the stunt even while pursuing the charges, noting essentially that it was a proposal most people could only dream of. Even as the case moved forward, as of the most recent reporting, it was not immediately clear whether the couple had retained attorneys able to publicly respond to the allegations, and a representative for Nikolau said the couple was unavailable to comment. The Empire State Building's management, for its part, released a statement calling the incident unauthorized and pointedly noted that the building already offers a permitted way to propose, a paid engagement package on the observation deck priced at $1,000. The story split public reaction almost instantly. To some, it was a breathtaking act of romantic devotion. To engineers and safety officials, it was a case study in exactly how a viral stunt can put first responders in real danger. The same emergency services officers who climb into far more dangerous rescues were sent up an unshielded broadcast tower because two people wanted a moment for social media. It also reopened a wider conversation about rooftopping itself, a subculture that has, in other cities, ended not in an engagement but in a fall. As of this reporting, Angela Nikolau and Vanya Beerkus are facing felony charges in New York, with their case still making its way through the courts. So, here's the question worth sitting with. When a crime is staged for love and for an audience of millions, does the romance change what justice should look like? Or does the risk to everyone who had to respond still come first? If this case is still unfolding, we'll be following it. Subscribe and hit like to stay with the story as it develops.